So beginning by tuning into the breath. Just as you breathe, feeling into the tensions in the body. Being aware of these points of stuck energy and emotion. Maybe lightly starting to move into the spine with some Sufi grinds, or the neck with some neck rolls. We'll just take these first few minutes of our practice to get into the body, become aware of the tensions, and send awareness to these places. In that sending of awareness, bringing of awareness, we start to dissolve those tensions. And we also start to break through energies which allow us to gather more higher light energies which expand into the energy field. So as we get into our bodies today and our practice today, I invite you to really exaggerate your breath in this first few minutes. Really deep and strong, visceral breaths. With every point of tension you find, maybe as you roll the shoulders or roll the neck or move side to side in the spine, when you get into a really tense point, just pause for a moment and take a couple big cleansing breaths. Maybe you feel some little pops and cracks releasing those tense points. When you feel ready to take stillness, bring your hands over your heart, interlaced with the thumbs crossed, the thumbs crossed and the fingers spread strong into a Garuda Mudra or Moksha Mudra. And then place that onto your heart center. And in this breath and mudra, I invite you to just ask yourself, what barriers have been coming up for me over this last cycle and season? What barriers or limitations are coming to a head at this time? And in allowing those to just sort of come up to your awareness, state within your being, I allow myself to face my inner conflicts. I allow myself to face my inner conflicts. I allow myself to face my inner conflicts. I allow myself to embody strength and balance. I allow myself to embody strength and balance. I allow myself to embody strength and balance. Taking a deep, deep breath, filling the belly fully. And a lion's breath out, tongue out, eyes wide, looking up slightly. Inhale, bringing the palms in front of the chest and transforming into a lotus mudra or padma mudra. Thumbs together, pinkies together, other three fingers spread wide, palms facing up to the sky. Elbows come in close to each other or forearms together if you feel called, whichever feels right to you. You're going to bring the lotus just above the crown. Just take a few breaths here and then slowly raise in that lotus flower, letting the arms come out around the ears, the lotus flower holding the crown chakra. And as you continue your breath, envision light coming down through into this lotus flower. I am ready to be the light of my own life. I am ready to be the light of my own life. I am ready to be the light of my own life. Invite those barriers up to rise and any emotions and residual energies connected to them up to rise. We're really going to work through the energy system in the body with a few Kriyas all together in this Kriya for embodying the inner warrior and breaking through obstacles. Gathering light in the hands. Deep inhale, big sigh. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the palms down, separating the mudra, bringing the palms down onto the knees. And we're going to begin with some sort of quick spinal flexes. So chest opening and back of the heart opening. Inhaling, open chest. Exhaling, open the back of the heart. Flexing the spine and curving in and out of the spine, activating the abdominals. And we'll just do 3 minutes here, activating the Kundalini, inviting the energy or essence of Shakti to rise up Sushumna, uniting Ida and Pingala. Deep inhale, opening the chest to the sky, lean back. Breathing here. 5 deep, slow breaths. And after those 5 deep, slow breaths, you can curve inward, looking towards the lap and belly button. Just curving in and taking 5 deep breaths, exposing the back of the heart, considering self-love. Inhale up into a straight spine. Big sigh. Now you're going to bring your feet out in front of you about halfway so the feet can plant, and the feet are going to be slightly, or the knees are going to be slightly wider than hips width distance, and you're going to hook your hands on the tops of the shins, and we're going to do 33 spinal flexes here, opening the hips, clearing the root chakra. So you pull forward, exhale back, still a spinal flex, but with this hip extension. Externally rotating the hips, activating Muladhara and Svadhisthana. On your next exhale, curving inward, looking towards the pelvis and the floor, taking a deep inhale, filling the back body, and then you're going to pull forward into a lion's breath. And back again, we'll do 2 more. And then straight from here, bring the knees together, roll down onto your back. We're going to roll along the spine for about 30 seconds. Okay, and next time you come up, you can stay up, and you're going to send the legs out wide, toes pointing up towards the sky. If you can, reach towards your big toes. If not, hands on shins is more than acceptable. You can lessen the angle as well and have the legs closer together, and that makes it easier to grab the big toes. And so keeping a straight spine, so you're not gonna let the spine fold. So if that means you do have to bring the legs in even closer, so you can keep the spine straight, then just arrange yourself so that you can have the spine straight, the chest forward, arms extended, legs extended. Breathe into the pelvis. And again, ankles or shins is also totally acceptable. Breathe into the pelvic floor. With your inhale, you lift Mula Bandha. With your exhale, lion's breath, relax Mula Bandha. Inhale, lift Mula Bandha. Lion's breath, relax Mula Bandha. One more. Okay, and now moving the energy up into the solar plexus, beginning breath of fire, 33 pumps. Deep inhale, long spine. Exhale, release the arms down, straighten out forward. Roll the shoulders up and back. Shoulders up and back and down. One more time. Bring the soles of the feet together into a Baddha Konasana. Returning to your breath of fire, and you're going to flap your knees like butterfly wings. You don't have to time the breath of fire exactly with the knees, but if you do want to and it happens naturally, feel free. And deep inhale, big sigh. 2 more. Hands on the ankles. Roll the back of the heart back, lean back, look towards the floor. Deep inhale. Exhale, forward lion's breath. Beautiful, 2 more. Purge out all the old shit. And now transitioning to either half lotus, Ardha Padmasana, lotus, or easy pose, whatever feels right for your body. You're going to find your comfortable meditative posture, And bring your hands into temple mudra. My lighting isn't great, so I don't know how well you can see that mudra, but index fingers together, thumbs crossed over each other, left over right or right over left, up to you whether you want to balance left feminine or right masculine. And we're going to be with the arms above head on the inhale, and then cutting down in front of you with force, as if there's say a board or something, or a rope in front of you that you're trying to cut, and you're cutting cords of past pains and traumas, any quantum strings tying you to experiences that continue limiting. So we're inhaling up, exhaling, cutting down. Snip away those strings to the old versions of you. Embodying the warrior strength of truth. If you wish to resonate Sat Nam, inhale Sat, exhale Nam as you go. Sat Nam, up to you. You can do it silently as well. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. About 20 more seconds. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Inhale, arms up. Breathing here. And start to make some circles with the hands in your temple mudra, starting first left to right. We'll do 11 left to right circles, and then we'll switch 11 right to left circles. And imagine yourself like a lightning rod or a Tesla coil, and you're spinning your electromagnetic field up and around the crown chakra, and all this electric lightning energy is surrounding your field in protection and in ferocity. I think I lost count, but let's do 2 more for good luck. Coming into center, inhale, lean the heart up, big sigh, and switching side directions of the circle, right to left now. Deep inhale, coming to center. Open the heart, big sigh. 2 more. Aiming the chest up slightly. And at this last exhale, letting your arms come down. Fingertips to the earth in front of you, in front of the ankles or shins. And then roll the shoulders back and down so the chest comes forward again, so you have a little bit of tension in the arms, a little bit of strength in the arms. The spine is growing long. Take some time here to ground and invite energy from the earth as you envision your light warrior self. Who am I as a light warrior? What does it mean to be a light warrior? Now taking your time to let that tension and strengthening go for a moment. And if you're in half lotus or lotus, letting your legs come out, maybe shaking them out. And we're going to make our way to standing. And as you start to come up, you're putting on your light warrior suit, becoming into your light warrior self as we rise, seeing yourself as your light warrior self. And our first standing Kriya will be in a horse pose, which is toes are slightly pointed out and the knees are wider than hips width distance. So it's almost like halfway between a Malasana and a goddess pose. This is actually a Qigong or Tai Chi posture. Then your pelvic floor, wow, my camera's at that angle. Then your pelvic floor is slightly activated and the pelvis is tilted under the body. There you go, yeah, that is horse pose. And then you're going to bring the arms up so that the arms are in front of the shoulders in linga mudras. So that is a fist with your thumbs up. And the arms are in line with the shoulders. And then we're going to be pumping with breath of fire. Left fist forward first, right fist next, and get into rhythm. And I want you to imagine any barrier you have in your life in front of you, like a glass mirror, and you're just gonna smash it. And then if another one comes up, smash it again. Smash those barriers with the power of Shiva and the power of Ganesh. Okay, deep inhale, palms pushing forward as if you're pushing those barriers away. There you go, sink down a little bit lower. Let the feet come out now into a goddess squat, so toes are pointed opposite directions. You're going to bring your palms into that Garuda mudra that we began with. Breathing here, thumbs crossing, bird wings out. Inhale, rise with the Garuda mudra coming up above the crown, legs straighten. Exhale, lion's breath, Kali squat. Arms out at elbows to shoulders, cactus arms. Garuda mudra at the heart at the end of the exhale. Inhale, rise, straightening legs. Garuda mudra rises above the head. Exhale, Kali squat, cactus arms, lion's breath. Garuda mudra at the end of the exhale. There you go. Okay, inhaling, rising. Exhale, Kali squat, lion's breath. Garuda mudra. Beautiful. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Kali squat, lion's breath. Garuda mudra. Inhale. Exhale, Kali squat. Lion's breath, Garuda mudra. Beautiful, we've got it. Now we'll do 5 more. more, make it a good one. Garuda Mudra, inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs. Release the hands to the hips. Point the toes forward and parallel to each other. Leaning forward, wide-legged forward fold. Staying halfway. Breathe. Inhale, arms out to a T. Exhale, hands to the ankles, holding down. Letting the head and neck look between the legs. And breathing here. Planting the hands beneath the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms out to a T. Rise all the way up to stand. Palms come together in front of the body, Anjali Mudra, to the heart, and then hop the feet together. Breathing here for a few breaths, standing in your warrior self. And from here, finding balance on your left foot, setting up for a warrior 3, spreading your left toe strong, grounding into all 4 corners of the foot, slight micro bend in that left knee. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee up towards your belly button. And then hinging at the hips, kick that right foot out behind you. Coming into a straight spine, one long line, pointing those toes down towards the ground. And your palms are in prayer. You can reach out in front of you if you wish, and we'll be here 5 breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale as palms come back into the heart. That right knee comes back towards the belly button. Whoops. And maybe you lose your balance. And then as you exhale slowly, letting that right foot come down. Shake out that left leg. Shake out that right leg. Shake out the upper body. And switching sides, spreading those right toes wide. Grounding through that right foot. Inhale, left knee up towards the belly button. As you exhale, pushing and kicking that left knee back behind you. Straight spine, straight long line. Aiming those hips towards the ground. Finding your warrior 3. And then whenever you're ready, you can reach your arms in front, and we'll be here for 5 breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale, rising back up. Palms come into the heart center. Left knee towards the belly button. Inhale. Exhale, lower that left foot down. Shake out the arms. Shake out the legs. And we have one more standing Kriya, which is a Kriya for praise of the golden light, grounding that praise down into the earth. The feet are going to go a little bit wider than hips width distance so that you can basically reach a squat pose. And we're starting with the palms strong. And the mantra is Har, Hare, Hari. So we go Har, Hare, and then down to the ground. Hari. Har, Hare, 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 Hari. Har Hare 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 Hari. Two more. Har Hare Hari. Har Hare Hari. Stay down in your squat. Elbows in to meet the knees. Palms come to the heart. Breathing deeply here. Deep inhale. Lion's breath out. Two more. Lowering the fingertips in front of you, swaying a little bit side to side, and making your way back down into your seat. Stretching your legs out all the way in front of you. Coming into a Dandasana or staff pose. Toes pointed up towards the sky, long tall spine, palms at the hips, thighs, shins. Breathing here. And with a deep inhale, exhaling as you slowly allow the legs to soften. You take a few breaths. You walk your body along the legs into a caterpillar pose, slowly folding, slowly bringing the forehead closer to the knees. Wherever you land, allow yourself to soften now, as all warriors need the balance of rest and relaxation. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 breaths here. Really let everything go. And slowly start to walk yourself up, bringing the spine up straight. Taking your time, and when you eventually come back up with a straight spine, roll the shoulders out a few times. Maybe shake out the arms, maybe shake out the legs. And we just have 2 more things before Shavasana. Just planting the feet wide again like we did with those spinal flexes, just slightly wider than the hips. And then the hands on either side of the hips. And just windshield wiper your legs side to side, getting everything back down into the root and sacral area. Grounding your power, your light warrior self, down through your root into the earth, and removing any frustrations from the hips, any old emotional wounds which prevent you from embodying your full self. So I said 2 things, but I meant 3. So when you're happy with your windshield wipers, you can start to lower into a stretch pose. So the heels are going to float about 6 inches above the ground. And you're going to bring your palms in Anjali Mudra or Prayer Mudra, reaching towards the toes and looking towards your toes. And we'll just be here for 30 seconds. Now inhaling your arms all the way behind you, big sigh, and flatten out, reaching long, letting the spine come down onto the ground. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly lowering the arms down to your sides, allowing yourself to sink into your Shavasana, allowing your body to relax in and down to the earth. Taking a few deep cleansing breaths as you sink your body down to the earth, relaxing in for your Shavasana, using this opportunity of relaxation to let all old selves die away, and to invite and allow the earth to nourish the new self coming up for rebirth at the end of your practice. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. I invite you now to bring your awareness to the top of your head and feel a sparkling, tingling trickle along the scalp from the center of the head, all along the scalp and along the cranium, down into the cervical spine, and along the forehead and eyebrows and nose. This golden, sparkling, almost liquid, almost air trickling down through you. This is prana, this is ether. Let this life force energy hydrate your cells with divine blessings. Let it strengthen every cell along the way of the brain and the skull, the ears, the eardrums, through the temples and the eyes, strengthening and clearing the eyes, into the Ida and Pingala nadis, this gold, sparkling, almost liquid, almost air, almost fire, almost water. Trickling down through the mouth and the throat, clearing all the chakras. It passes from crown to third eye, Sahasrara to Ajna, Vishuddhi. This golden trickling light clears and cleanses as it awakens and ignites. Love flows from this energy through the heart. Love flows from this energy through the heart, down through trust and confidence. This trickling soft light almost breath, almost a drink. Sipping it in, letting it wash through. And as this trickle moves down through your whole body, through the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, sacral and root, down and around the legs, knees and feet, through these roots all the way back down into the core of the earth, always completing the circle. All that is left over that awareness has not yet reached is being washed and illuminated, trickled and dissolved, uplifted and burned away. Every breath you take today will be a clearing, a release, a relief. Every breath we take this day will remind us that we are divine source consciousness expanding itself. And with all this light pulsing and trickling and sprinkling and hydrating yourselves, allowing yourself to become fully aware of the body again. Maybe slowly blinking the eyes open. And just once your eyes are open, staying still and just stare up. Just take a few breaths, just with a full blank stare, doing your best to keep the thoughts at bay from the mind, knowing that you can be present and aware, yet not plagued by thinking and noise. And also allowing all forgiveness, compassion, and acceptance for any thoughts that do make their way in. And then slowly rolling onto your left side, taking your time to slowly move to make your way up again into the upper realms. The upright lands. And once you've made your way into a seat, you can bring your hands into Anjali Mudra or Prayer Mudra. Palms and at the heart, palms together, thumbs at the heart center. Just taking a few breaths to honor yourself for your practice, to be grateful for your practice. Sending gratitude to the day to come, embodying full presence in the now. Being grateful for yet another day of this gift of life to experience all that is, challenges and joys, trials and tribulations, fun and fears. We thank it all. And we'll close with Sat Nam. Sat Nam, Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. Namaste, Ahom Takwasi.
Shiva.